Welcome to After Hours. My name is Rictor. I am your host.
Rictor!
What?
Leave him alone! It's Judgment Day for Sasquatch.
Thanks for dropping me like a stud.
Now we got Rictor going. We're going to have to hear about it all night. That's a bunch of screaming memes out there, and that's the scoop that has been reported so far.
By your opinion that you are no-kill, you are dooming the species to be extinct.
Well, when you don't believe in Bigfoot, everything you see that might be one is something else.
We thought that we had the holy grail of DNA.
When are we going to make a video, Rictor? And I mean not an X-rated one.
Dr. Todd, you've also been called the scoff dick.
Yeah, well.
You can't talk about
I can't!
Hello? Is this thing on? Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Hey, Rictor, I've got a question for you. How does it feel to lose Bigfoot bounty?
My question is, why do you think Bigfoot is real?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first live hangout for After Hours with Rictor.
The #1 Bigfoot webcast.
That's right. And you know what? Since the premiere of Bigfoot Bounty, my beautiful co-host, sweet, sassy, glassy Tammy Murray has been with me at my side, and we've traveled the world, and we too both have recently been to Beachfoot up in Oregon, where we got to meet some amazing Bigfoot people. Oh, gosh, Tammy, we got to meet Bob Gimlin, Dr. John Bindernagel, Peter Byrne, Ron Moorhead.
It was awesome, Ricky. I got some new friends out of this trip, old friends that I'd never met. For the first time, I got to meet you in person, and I got to visit with my hero, Bob Gimlin.
Now, Tammy, I got to ask you, just how gay is Rictor on the Richter scale, 1 to 10?
12.
Hey, that's what I want to hear. Alrighty. Joining me tonight, we have Rose Sahibi and Sean Evidence. These two gentlemen are sponsoring a new Bigfoot weekend expedition that has piqued everyone's interest in the Bigfoot world. Spending 3 days with Justin Smea at the Sierra Kill Site. Now, if you recall, back in October of 2010, Justin Smea supposedly, allegedly, shot and killed 2 Bigfoot. It has shaken the Bigfoot world down to its core. So, we've got quite a few questions for Mr. Sahibi and Mr. Evidence. Like, why bother doing this expedition when everyone and anyone else out there, like the BFRO, are putting these on? How will this be different from all the rest? And, well, you know what? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, Rictor.
Howdy, Rictor.
I want to start with you, Ro.
Yeah.
Who came up with this idea? Is this a copy of the BFRO? What's different about it, and what's its history?
No. It's not that at all. This is like this is something that's been brewing for quite some time. Ever since we did the Dead Bigfoot movie, actually way before that, when we first did I Killed Bigfoot, people have been saying, well, I get to see, everything there is to know about Bigfoot, I know, and I can tell you in 1 second if he's telling you the truth. Just tell me where to go. I'll go there and check it out, and I'll be the judge of this thing. So we get, I don't know, it used to be a lot more, but we get a ton of these emails. Since Bigfoot Bounty, we've some additional interest in going to the kill site arise, and we always talked about doing a live event. It would be fun because a lot of the live events out there, they're pretty cool. BFRO is very consistent. They do events across the country. That's not what we're trying to do. We're doing a weekend, and we want to make it fun. We want to make it a party. We want to make it a meet and greet. The price of the ticket, it covers most of your meals. We're doing like these big barbecue blowouts. We're doing workshops. We're making sure everybody gets some time on a thermal imager. We're making it more of an extravaganza, fun type of blowout event, and doing it at a place where there happens to be a lot of interest.
You just brought up FLIR imaging. Who's going to be doing that?
Well, we got our hands on a few FLIR imagers, and we if depending on demand, we may rent a few more, and we have a couple of experts. Originally, we had planned on having Bart Catino come up. Yes, your Bart Catino, the handsome Bigfooter star of recently seen in Finding Bigfoot, would be up there doing some hands-on work with everybody. I don't know what that. I don't know how defining that.
I am all about hands-on FLIR imaging with Bart. I've got that, guys.
Okay, but in addition, we got another FLIR, another guy who has quite a reputation in the world of thermal imaging as well, and that's Stacy Brown Jr. So we got a couple of guys who will be there with us who really know how to work these things.
Well, you know what? You just brought up Stacy Brown, the $100,000 grant winner, along with David Lauer from our TV show. You know, Stacy has a little bit of scandal behind him because, you know, there's some people that say his thermal imaging isn't real. I think it's real. It's one of the better images of a quote-unquote skunk ape, you know, jumping from tree to tree. You know, so you've got Justin Smea, who is probably the most hated person in Bigfoot, and Stacy Brown, who's bringing a lot to the table. So you've got some Bigfoot celebrities.
Can you name one person in this Bigfoot field who isn't scandalous?
Tammy Murray.
Tammy, you're known for your mouth.
Clean.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter if you're out there putting yourself out there, doing something in regards to Bigfoot artwork, webcasts, Bigfoot music, you know, a TV show. You're gonna have haters. It's gonna happen. So come and see us, haters. You know, bring it.
I think everybody is. There's some degree of hate involved with everybody who's public in this field to some degree. I hate to say it, but even Tammy's idol, Mr. Gimlin, has his haters. But everybody from top to bottom can be picked apart. So if you want to talk about, does people hate Justin? Justin might be hated a little bit more than everybody else, especially after his "I choked it to death" statement. So you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just a varying degree. You know, some guys have very little, like Bob Dylan, and some have a lot.
To me, he lost all credibility when he released that ant video, which has nothing to do with Bigfoot. Okay. I mean,
ants. For the audience that doesn't know, Justin recently was up at the kill site and he filmed ants carrying a victim off.
He called it black on black crime. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That was some damn good footage, though.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, I thought. I really enjoyed it.
Back to Bigfoot Nation weekend. So 3 days up at the kill site. You've got a barbecue. Yeah. We have FLIR imaging. We've got Bart Catino. We got Stacy Brown, Rose, Sean, myself.
We're working on a few others. We're working. I mean, you're forgetting Miss Sassy Glass herself will be there as well, and we're trying to get from Bigfoot Bounding. We're trying to get Daniel Green up there. He's trying to make it up there with his son. Who else do we got on tap? We came this close to locking Guy Edwards, but he had a previous engagement that he couldn't get out. Something about his wife's birthday or something that was a little bit more important. Whatever. But we got a couple others that we're working on. We'll see who we can lock up, and we'll announce the final guest lineup by the very end. The lovely and talented Kip Morrill will be there as well.
Oh yes, he's quite the little celebrity from the Squatchers Lounge. Alrighty, so this kill site, which is north of Truckee in the Sierras, how far is it from the nearest town, and just how safe will this be?
I mean, it should be fairly safe depending on how many guns and how many drunks are in the vicinity. But I mean, you have your typical wildlife. You have your cougars and your bears. But you know, I've seen a handful of bear while I'm up there. Sean, I believe you have as well.
Yeah.
I may or may not have seen a cougar through a thermal imager. I don't think it was, but the psychotic guy who was with me freaked out and said it was a giant cougar. Oh my God! I was like, I thought it was a raccoon, but you know, whatever.
Rose,
so,
have you seen any Bigfoots up there?
Only about 7 or 8.
Okay.
Okay. That changes things.
I gotta be honest. 7 or 8. They were through a thermal imager. Only one ever touched me, and I can't really be entirely sure if that juvenile was actually a Bigfoot or a caveman. I'm not sure about the little one.
It touched you. What is this about? I've not heard this.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bigfoot that touched me?
Explain yourself.
See, I know the story, Ro, about what you heard, and then you heard it get on all fours and take off. Is this the same story? Or is this different?
No, that's a different story. This is one. This is one when Sean and I were sleeping in a very tiny tent together that people were freaked out by. Like, well, why were you two sleeping in the tent together? And I felt something grab my leg in the middle of the night. It could have been Sean, though. I'm not sure. It might have been Sean.
Well, I thought it was his leg. I'm just joking.
Hey, any homosexual activity is done by me. This is clear.
Okay.
In the contract, I am the gay man here.
In all seriousness.
I can play that game too, Victor, just so you know.
Hey, Sean, in all seriousness, though, this year has been the most active year at the kill site.
It is. There's so much activity. Actually, we were there a couple like a week or two ago, and here's the thing. We started getting, me and Ro were just hanging out. Okay, we started getting like 5 or 10 text messages within 30 minutes from Justin's media, but all this stuff that's happening to him. And then, but his thing is, I wasn't one getting it. He used to sing it to Ro. He knows, but he doesn't send it to me because he know I'll publish it. so I look at Ro's message. I was like, why is he telling just you? Look at all this stuff that's happening. So someone was touched. Not gonna say who. Not gonna say who.
Right. Not gonna say who.
That's
but
why he
somebody
didn't
was
send it
touched.
to me. That's why he didn't send me those text messages. He sent it to Ro. So he probably didn't want me to publish it. So I just leave it.
It was not me though. I wanted to take credit for getting touched, but it wasn't me. Somebody was touched. And that's all I can say because it's not my story. I don't really want to tell it. But it was verified by more than one source. We have a really amazing group of guys that we've been working with the Sierras Evidence Initiative. Bart has expanded the team. We have a local land surveyor who works with us that has keys to, gives us access to restricted lands that the public doesn't get to. We have a couple of guys who come up there and help out quite frequently. I mean, just the team has expanded, and there's a lot of work going into the area, and there's a lot of activity, possible new thermal images that were captured, but we're not going to release them because they're kind of blobby.
Well, are those guys going to be there? I mean, if those guys are going to be there, they can show the...
yeah, we'll have that. We'll see if we can have those guys bring the footage and show you what we shot, but, you know, it's pretty blobby, so we didn't release it.
Basically, we got these 2 new guys that just joined us, and they're just they weren't Bigfooters before, but you know, they just discovered this, you know, Justice Mia story, and they just went all in, and they invested like, I don't know, about $20,000 worth of equipment, bro.
Yeah, they went crazy. They bought FLIRs, they bought quads, they bought guns, and they're just up there every free moment they have together.
Well, Ro, there's someone else that's been up there, a big name that's highly respected in the Bigfoot world, Mike Green.
Yeah. We've been spending a lot of time with Mike Green up at the kill site. Now, when I say that there are people there who could verify this quote-unquote touching incident, he was there less than 20 feet away when this whole thing went down. So anybody wants to know, I can't really talk about this whole thing that happened because it didn't happen to me, and I don't know if the person who it happened to wants it out publicly and wants to answer questions or whatnot, but it's a pretty intense story. And Mike Green was there, and Justin was there, and a lot of people were there to verify that.
Okay, now, Ro, I kind of have a little problem with this little bit about touching, because other particular individuals that are I don't know, kind of woohoo said that Bigfoot's touched them.
There is a common theme, not a common theme, but there is a behavior that I've heard 3 times before. This would make it the 4th time, and it started with a pushing against a tent motion. Okay, so that first perked my interest. I was like, well, I've heard that before. You know, even Dr. Meldrum has told this story when something was pushing in on his tent, and same with Mayachinsky. He tells that same story as well.
But
So,
Jim Libas, he was pushed too. Remember
yeah, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Case closed. This is actual Sasquatch behavior. End of story. So it started with that. Woke the person up. Person woke up to grunting and something pushing in on his cage, or on his tent. Was sleeping. I'm not gonna say who, but this might be a getaway. Sleeping in his cot, okay, with his feet hanging out of the tent when something yanked him off. Started to yank him.
Who would that be? Who do we know that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Who doesn't
don't
sleep
know.
so I don't want to tell the whole story. It's not my story to tell. I don't know if he wants the story out there.
That person was invited to this hangout.
Well, that person will be at September 12th, 13th, 14th event, the Bigfoot Weekend at BigfootWeekend.com. Bigfoot Nation, our very first event. He will be there, and you can ask. I will take you where it happened, where we casted the tracks immediately afterwards, after the incident. It's been a heavy, heavy summer. I really don't think he wants to come out publicly with this. I don't know if I was even supposed to say anything, but it was. I mean, it had everybody freaking hyped up.
Okay, we have to.
Okay, so
we were there the next day as soon as we heard it.
Okay,
this happened when there was like 5 other guys there, but it wasn't. Sean and I were not there.
Okay, Ro, let's just say for the fun sake of argument that it was Justin Smea. Could be, maybe. Could have been Mike Green.
Could be, maybe.
Yeah.
Could have been Bart. He was there. Bart Catino.
No, because if Bart is going to be grabbed, it's going to be by me. Come on, let's be real.
Okay.
All right, so Ro,
Yeah.
if this happened, and let's just say if it was Justin, those creatures up there know who he is.
No,
they're not just picking a random.
True. Yeah, if it did happen to him, hypothetically, that's true.
And they have a score to settle.
I will say this about other events not related to this one. Anytime anything crazy has happened while I've been around, Justin was with me too. So take that for what it's worth. Some people say, well, that just proves that he's been setting up all these hoaxes every time I don't know, man. You guys go up there and you experience a few crazy things. Not every time. We might make it sound like every time you go up there it gets crazy, but we've had a lot of quiet nights. Last year, not one thing happened for an entire year. So, it is what it is. Take it for what it is.
If anything happens, we will certainly be talking about it on our After Hours episode that follows it.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a video of that track too. When Michael Lorenz was actually showing the footprint. I actually filmed it. Yeah, I actually filmed it. So.
Now, for those people that don't know, Michael Lorenz is a really good Bigfoot caster. He's been at the kill site 4 times, and he has told me that location is very spooky.
Yeah, he's amazing with working with that plaster. He can make a hell of a cast. He's done hundreds of them, and he'll be on hand to teach people how to make a proper foot cast.
Now,
another perk of this event, another class.
Now, there's a lot of
Rictor,
people out there. Yes. What? Yes.
Wait. While we're on the subject of events, you have also volunteered to teach a class.
That's right. I have taken what Dr. Dissatel from New York University has shown me in regards to collecting DNA and the rules and sequence of, how would you describe it, Tammy, the line of events?
The process.
The protocol.
Protocol. Evidence protocol.
Yeah, of collecting DNA effectively without contaminating it with human markers. Putting a mask on, wearing gloves, making sure you're not actually handling the evidence in your bare hands, and contaminating it with dirty tweezers or syringes and things of that nature. How to collect shit is what I learned from Bigfoot Bounty Row.
Yeah, what you don't want to do, which I've done, is pick up the hair with your bare hands and then lick it to see what you taste. You don't want to do that. Rictor's going to show you how to do it the right way.
Because apparently when you're defecating, the first out of the ass is the best part to get cells for DNA testing.
Really?
So that's the part. See, you learned something from me right now.
Well, look, you don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did learn some, but don't give that kind of information out for free. You don't have to go pay for it.
How to Take a Shit Effectively by Rictor Riolo. Hey.
So there you have it. It's going to be a full weekend full of events, and my favorite part about this whole weekend, other than the overnight, all-night squatching, Justin Smeha's wild game barbecue, which is going to include any kind of meat you can think of is going to be on the grill. So, come one, come all.
If you guys want to know what rattlesnake tastes like,
no.
We've got to convince Rictor to try some of
Oh,
this.
Rictor.
No.
The way Justin cooks it,
No.
it's like kind of sweet.
No.
It reminds me of, what does it remind me of? Like,
I thought
does
it's
taste
like
like
putting
chicken.
long cylindrical meat into your mouth, Rictor.
Yeah.
I thought that was something you'd get at. Right.
Well, I cannot confirm nor deny. Alrighty, so let's say I am a prospective attendant wanting to come to this. What am I going to need to bring? How much money, food? Give a roundabout idea, because there could be people who've never gone out in the wild, and this is their first time.
Yeah. Well, you're going to need some place to sleep, right? So you're going to need a tent or a car. So if you're driving there, you could sleep in your car. You could pitch a tent. It's your call. You're going to need a lot of water when you're out camping. You need a lot of water. There are services nearby, but there are not services where we camp necessarily. We are looking at another site where we can set people up if they want to be closer to running water and toilets. The kill site, however, is barren. I mean, it's just the middle of nowhere, and I mean, it's beautiful. It's as beautiful as it gets, but you don't have you're pooping in the woods.
Yep.
So
Bring a shovel.
That's what biodegradable toilet paper is for.
And so you're going to need something to sleep in, lots of water, biodegradable toilet paper, and a couple of meals. We are going to do our best to provide as many meals as possible, but we're only promising dinner. Okay? The Sunday morning, the end of the event on Sunday morning, we are planning a light breakfast with maybe some fruit and yogurt and things like that, so we can all have one last powwow before the weekend ends. So we'll plan something for that final breakfast as well, but plan on having some snacks and a lot of water as well.
Okay, so you're also saying bring your own beer.
Yes.
And
we're not going to advertise alcohol or guns, but you know.
Bring your own mosquito repellent.
But it is camping.
Bug spray and bear spray.
Yeah, sunscreen. It can get hot, and you're at 8,000 feet elevation.
So it can get cold at night.
It gets cold at night.
Get ready to dress for hot weather.
Especially around September. It's going to be cold up there.
September is going to be very cold, so that's why we're considering, not very cold, but colder. We are considering a lower elevation camp with services. So we're once we get a little bit closer and we can forecast the weather a bit, we're going to make that final decision on where base camp will be.
Okay, I'm going to go check real quick, see if we have any questions from people that are watching. We've had quite a few viewers.
Whoa.
I know.
Hi, people.
Hey. And now Tammy will advertise her Sweet Sassy Glassy.
Check out my special prices on the Bigfoot Nation pendants at sweetsassyglassy.com.
Woohoo! My favorite black one that I wore throughout Bigfoot Bounty. I even wore it on my Ice Bucket Challenge the other day. Right after the Ice Bucket Challenge, it snapped. It broke. Yeah, I've had that one for 3 years.
There will be Bigfoot pendants available for purchase at the location, and I take credit cards.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah,
and they're very durable. I mean, just because I said it broke I don't want people to think that they're breakable. They're super tough. I've taken them on multiple expeditions.
Well, there's a reason why they're called glass.
Yeah. So after the Ice Bucket Challenge and I took it off, it was sitting on top of my car and then it fell onto the concrete and it hit just right and his little leg broke off. He broke his little Bigfoot.
I know where you can get another one.
You do? All right. I do have a pink one still, but my daughter wears that one.
Yeah, so for some of those people who needs internet, there's like a couple spots where you get reception, especially if you have Verizon. I got 3G up there, or actually I got 4G LTE up there.
Yeah, Sean would never go if he couldn't blog.
Yeah, yes. So I know the perfect spot. So if you need to call your family while you're out there, or you need to upload some videos for your YouTube channel or whatever. I know a perfect spot where you can hook up, or you can just link up to me. You can do that too if you want.
What are you excited about, Sean?
Here's what I'm most excited about. Okay, I'm pretty much a newbie, even though I blog about this Bigfoot thing all day long. Now, when I first went up to the kill site, the Sierra kill site in Plumas, it's the first time I've ever been out to the woods where there's no bathrooms. Okay. And the first time I ever met real Bigfooters.
Right.
These guys know their stuff. Barcatino walks around with a thermal imager. Okay, real Bigfooters, when they walk around with thermal imagers, they just don't walk around, just looking through it. They interact with their, with their environment. They'll do these whoops, wood knocks, and it's all systematic. And that's new to me. And then when I saw somebody cast footprint for the first time, that was actually the first time I've ever seen anyone cast anything in my life. And you just learn so much from these guys who just been doing this all their life, And I hope that there's people out there, who want to see what real Bigfooters do. They'll get the opportunity to actually see what I saw, and maybe we'll get some action up there. When I mean action, I mean like return calls, wood knocks, maybe even find some tracks. Okay, that's what I mean. But those occasions are very rare, and that's one of the craziest things that I've been up there a couple of times, but there's been a couple of times that there's been some unexplained things that's happening. You might get beginner's luck if anybody comes up there, and we might see some tracks, animal tracks or whatever. But I hope that everyone learns something up there.
Yeah.
And that's the main purpose. It's just learn how. If you never used a FLIR thermal imaging device before, it's the coolest thing on the planet. You wish you can walk around, the city with that thing. It's just, and you can see through people's clothes too. So.
We were looking like we were going to get shut out. Hadn't heard anything. We did knocks and calls, all kinds of provoking stuff all night. One thing that I was amazed though, I have never seen as many deer in a 1 mile square radius as I did that day. And they were all on the hillside as me and Ro were walking down. So Sean actually drove up, picked us up, brought us back. And we had the fire going, and Justin was dead tired. He fell asleep in the cot by the fire. Michael Lorenz went to bed pretty early in his truck, so there's 4 of us up. And I just made a last-minute decision. I was just curious, should I go to bed? I'm just tired. Like I said, Justin was already out, and I just looked at Sean. I said, "Let's go. Let's take one last walk." So Sean and I actually we went for a walk up. Literally, it was 2 minutes later. It was Sean and filming squatches.
Just stay absolutely silent. I think I got someone here. I think we're looking at 2 of them. I'm not kidding you. It's fucking scared as hell. I know.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm an expert in the hours I use thermal, which is about well over 1,000, probably 1,300 hours of thermal the last 7 years. So I know these units inside and out, and I've had one for that long. I knew from seeing pretty much every Pacific Northwest animal, I was confident what we're looking at. My fear is what it's always been, is that I wouldn't get them in the clear, and they certainly aren't in the clear and not definitive.
It's right there. Just moved again. It's right there. There it is. There it is. It just went through.
We got some. I don't know. Is anyone gonna bring like a one of those night vision scopes, bro? Those things are cool.
A Gen 3. I love me the Gen 3
Okay,
scopes, but
here's the thing about night vision. There's like the first generation kind that you can get at like Walmart or something, okay? And there's generation 2, which you need like a little bit of moonlight, you know, to be able to see in the dark. But there's generation 3, which I don't even think you need moonlight at all, do you, Ro? For Gen 3?
A little bit. You need it. It amplifies light, so it needs the most minuscule amount. Like when we were there was we were there for that full moon, and it was like blinding looking through that thing. So but you really just need the most minuscule amount of light for it.
Being that I'm like the new Bigfooter on the block, I have gone Bigfooting with Cliff Barrickman's girlfriend, and she brought with her his Gen 3 monocular night vision.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I am sold. I can see what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Instead
With
of like
the Gen 3, it's just the pricing you're coming across crazy pricing for that Gen 3 monocular, which doesn't record, right?
Well, I found some clever use for it too. You want to record? You can. Use your iPhone and put it through the scope, right?
Yeah, you can record it directly with your digital recorder.
Yeah. But if you never use a really expensive night vision, scope before, you're gonna see it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and that's why American soldiers will win any war, because we got a bunch of those. We got Gen 4, which can see portals, alien portals. I hear.
Yeah.
Gen 4s.
You can. They're getting very close to discovering what's on the other side of a black hole with the Gen 4 night vision.
Yeah, and so Gen 4s, you can actually see aliens coming in and out through portals. That's So the U.S. military has those.
And
Speaking of which, you can get alien pendants at sweetsassyglassy.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
I love that transition.
We got a question from Tom. Tom wants to know if someone has a disability, would they be able to attend one of these expeditions?
Does that disability mean wheelchair?
Could be. What if?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there is some mobility issues. We're talking about all rugged terrain, but we're not far off. We're rarely... Wow, somebody's screaming next door. We're rarely far off like a dirt road or, things like that. But we are in the forest. We are going into the forest. The campsites, you should be okay. But like I said, we are going. There's a good chance that the camp will be away from services, which means running water, toilets, electricity.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
so if you're reliant on any of that, it's going to be difficult.
Well, you have trouble walking or something. I mean, we had somebody who went up there, who's not, who can't really walk, as far, and they did fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, we had a 70-year-old man went up there, right? And he's fine. He's fine. He sleeps in the car most of the day, but he's fine.
I have a question, Ro and Sean. You had only had 10 tickets available for this, and you sold out, but you've made more available, right?
Yes. Yeah. We only put a few more out. There's only 4 tickets left. That is because we added Stacy Brown to be an extra guide, and we're excited to have him. So he's coming out from Florida. We have 4 tickets left. They are kind of steep. If you're flying in, what we did for people. Some friends of ours flying in from the East Coast, we gave them discount tickets. If you are buying a plane ticket to get here, we will do our best to accommodate you with getting that ticket price down to make the trip happen for you. We're not trying to make a killing on this. We're spending a lot. We're spending a lot. We're locking out sites. We're renting gear. We're not making a ton of profit on this, if any at all. We're probably most likely losing money on this. This is not why we're doing it. we're making plenty of money on our blogs and things like that. This is just a fun event. So if you have a plane ticket that's going to cost you $400 to get here, let us know. We'll provide you a discount code so that you can, attend the event. And if you have kids you want to bring, 13 and under, we were just saying, whatever. You can't bring 30 kids with you, but if you have a paid adult admission, you can bring a child with you too. So we're trying to make this as easy for people to attend as possible. If you simply can't afford a ticket, contact us. We'll see if we can find a price that works for you.
I got a question from Sally. She wants to know, will you guys be providing any kind of a cell phone booster? I guess there's something called a Wilson cell phone booster if you're with Verizon. Could people make phone calls, or could they bring their own? Is this going to be blacked out? I mean, can somebody bring their own equipment?
You're pretty well blacked out in most areas, wouldn't you? For me, an AT&T person, you're screwed. Verizon users,
yeah,
Sean?
You're fine. Now Verizon users, like I said, I get 4 bars 3G up there. I can blog, I can watch YouTube cat videos all day long up there.
We're in good shape, Rick.
Yeah, because I'm checking on the internet right now, and I'm looking at these Wilson cellular boosters, and they're anywhere from $300 on up.
Yeah, we won't be providing that. No.
Yeah.
What about lodging nearby if somebody doesn't want to camp? Is there a place close by, and how far is it?
Yes.
There's only a few rooms available. There's a place called Bassett Stations. They only have 4 rooms there, and hunters usually snake them up. So you have to act fast. If you want another room, we can go as far, and we'll try and arrange rendezvous points that make it easier for people to participate in the daytime activity. But if you simply have to have services, we would recommend going to Sierra City.
Yeah, but Bassett Station, or the place that Ro was talking about, where they have the hotel, is so actually they have what Dr. Jeff Meldrum said is probably one of the best burgers you can have there.
A fantastic burger.
Yeah, so if you want to taste a really nice burger, and you want to see what people are like, in that area, it's you got to try it. You got to try that. Everyone's got to stop at Bassett Station. So I think we might even meet up there, right, Ro? I mean,
yeah, we're working on a rendezvous point close by, so that everybody can find a place and turn in get their vouchers to head up to the site, and we got a whole system in place. It's going to be fun.
Well, gentlemen, I nominate Tammy Murray to be our coordinator with people.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Tammy, how do you feel about being nominated?
I can handle it.
All right.
You got it?
I can handle it. I'll do whatever I need to do to make this happen.
All right. Well, we got a lot of cool people who have signed up so far, and we got a lot of cool people who are volunteering, people that you've been reading about on Sean's blog.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Bigfoot Chaser guys. They've been they have this YouTube channel called Bigfoot Chaser, and they do these 1-minute skits.
I'm Joe. And I'm Craig. And we chase Bigfoot. I've been chasing Bigfoot. I like to call him Sasquatch. I think it sounds a little more professional. For 3 years now, I have an expert team that goes out with me on the field and collects evidence and proof. Craig is the other half of my 2-man team. Him and I have known each other. It went off. The trap went off. The trap went off. Oh my God, this is big. This is big. My toe. I think it's broken. You two? Is he talking to us? You put an animal trap on a trail.
Well, I figured if Bigfoot's going to walk anywhere, he's going to use a trail.
What I don't get is how he didn't see the trap. It's just sitting there. It's a big trap.
Well, I covered it with leaves.
Oh, see, that's smart, though.
Stop standing there. Call for help. Do something.
All right. I got an idea.
We just left him there. We didn't want to have to deal with the authorities, and neither of us had a permit to be there anyway. Joe left him a cup of water, so he should be all right.
And they're really funny. You know,
Those guys are hilarious. They're from here. They're from an LA comedic group, stand-up comedians out here. They do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, so they're gonna be filming skits and everything out there. So you see a film crew.
Yeah.
You know, say hi to them. It's Daniel, and then there's Joe and Craig, those funny guys. You know, so it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a blast.
Like I said, we also have Michael Lorenz coming up. Kip is coming up. A few other familiar faces. Everybody here on this screen. We're trying to get Daniel Green and his son up as well. And
who is not related to Mike Green.
Not related to Mike Green, who may or may not be there. Yeah, the list. There's a few standbys happening as well. Of course, Bart Catino and Stacy Brown Jr.
Well, I can tell you who probably won't be there. You know, Matt Moneymaker probably won't be there. Not saying he won't be there. I won't be there. Cliff Rockman probably won't be there either. You know.
Because they're doing a TV show, guys. So
I'll tell you who might be there. little hairy fella we all know as Sasquatch. He might stop by and grab something.
And of course, everybody would look at me. I mean, I didn't do it. Okay, bro.
If I get grabbed by Sasquatch, Melba's going to have some competition with her new book.
The event is Bigfoot Nation. We call it the Bigfoot Weekend. You can go to bigfootweekend.com to find out who's going to be there. As of right now, we have Bart Catino, Rictor Riolo, Stacy Brown Jr., Justin Smeha, Sean Evidence, Tammy Sassy Glassy, and myself, Rosa Hebe. Also on standby, who may show up. The invite's been sent out. Looking good. We may have Megan Fox, Les Stroud, Jay-Z, but we're not sure about Beyonce. The whole divorce thing made things kind of complicated. Other than that...
Okay, well, you might as well throw Madonna in there, because...
you can send an invitation to Megan Fox, too, by the way.
Were you not paying attention? She was the first name.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
Megan Fox, and yes, Rictor, Madonna. We're gonna have workshops. We're gonna have casting session. When I say casting sessions, I'm not talking about auditioning for American Idol, but we can do that too. We're gonna be working on foot casts. You can learn how to use a thermal imager. We're gonna learn how proper DNA protocols, collection protocols. We're going to have all-night guided squatching sessions with our aforementioned special guests. And when I say all night, I mean it. We don't stop till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. If there's action, we're going till 6 a.m. 2 nights of that. And one of my most favorite parts, other than the all-night squatching, is our party. To kick every night off, Justin Smeha's Wild Game Barbecue, where you can eat rattlesnake, wild boar, venison, fresh caught trout that comes from the local rivers right there, rabbit, elk. The list is pretty freaking long. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Go to bigfootweekend.com, get all the details. It's going to be a blast.
You know, can I add something? You know, you don't have to be the most experienced Bigfooter. This could be your very first time out in the woods. And you know what? You're going to have some experienced guys with you. You've got Bart Catino. You've got Justin Smea, who's a very experienced, avid outdoorsman. You know what I mean? So it's not like we're just a bunch of hacks who don't know what we're doing. Hell, I've learned quite a bit in the past year since I've been doing actual Bigfooting.
But no, you're very right, and we're going to have every level. I mean, if you want to go hard and go deep into the thrush, Stacy Brown Jr. will take you there. If you want to work that thermal imager all night long and learn to scan an area, Bart Catino will show you how. If you want to bring your kids and you want to take a slower pace and have a lot of fun and just kind of get your feet wet, I'm your guy for that, okay? So,
and also we have babysitting services. Tammy will babysit your children.
I think Tammy's
What was that again? Do that again, Tammy. Babysitting by Tammy Murray. There we go.
Yeah. So,
That's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
That is a f***ing deal breaker.
You gonna beat that out?
Yeah, beep, beep. Yeah, Tammy will be changing
You
diapers.
dropped an F-bomb before I dropped an F-bomb? Yeah.
So unladylike, Tammy. Shame on you. All right, I believe we're good. We could end this webcast. Is there any final thoughts you guys want to say? Sean?
I'm gonna be there, so you want to go there, guys. That's it. End of story. And everyone else on the list.
You know, Sean, since you were the first one to talk about this right now, a lot of people don't think you're an actual Bigfoot believer, are you?
Guys, I'm just trying to figure out the truth, just like everyone else here. Okay, unless you've been touched by a Bigfoot, you can't truly say. Right?
Okay,
I mean,
okay, Sean, you were with Bart Coutinho when he got that footage when he was up there.
now
remember?
that's really disturbing, see? Because that was my first night ever, no, second night ever Bigfooting, and that happened to me. How are you gonna react? I mean, you're gonna go? I can go crazy, you know, and say it changed my life forever.
You should cry. You should have cried.
Yeah.
You should have
Well,
cried.
I was
That
crying in
would've
that
been
audio.
Others have cried.
Yeah, I mean, I was crying in that audio. So I can, you know. So now we have the footage. Now I want to see one with my very own eyes, not through a scope, not through a flare, not through a night vision. I want to see one right in front of me. That's what I want.
So that's your goal.
That's my goal. I mean, it's not the same, right, as seeing one right
It's
there.
It's why we go back so much. People think that we're just bloggers, we're not woodsmen. Well, you're right. We are bloggers. We're not woodsmen.
Every time me and Ro drives up there, we usually drive up there together. We just hope that Bigfoot would just walk across the road, right, Ro?
Yeah.
And we'll catch it.
We go out for night drives. We do everything possible, man. We go deep. We don't care.
But you know what, Ro? It'll happen when you're least expecting it.
It's true. It's true. But some crazy things have happened to me. More so than you would expect. But we put in a lot of time up there. I'm not a woodsman. I'm not a hunter. Don't want to be. Don't claim to be. It's not my goal in life. I don't know shit from Shinola when it comes to tracking. Okay, if I look at a track, I can't tell you what it is. I might have a general idea if it's a big animal or a small animal, but that's about it. I can identify a basic game trail. I don't know things. I just go out because it's f***ing fun. And more than fun, it's scary. And I love being scared. People think it's silly, but I think it's fun. I think it's fun to be scared.
That place is freaking scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. Every time we're up there, when it gets like midnight, there's no lights. The only light is the moonlight, and I wouldn't go more than 20 feet away from our campsite to go pee. I would not. I will not. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like something's gonna come out and grab you.
Yeah.
That's why I like that place so much. You just feel like Rictor's gonna come out and grab you.
Argentino's the only one that needs to worry about that. Ro, what is your goal? What do you want to come away from this Bigfoot weekend? What do you want out of it?
I just want to come out of this thing alive. It's kind of stressful putting together a big weekend like this. We're promoting it. We're coming up with the events. We're calling everybody. We're booking. We're making the arrangements. It's pretty stressful, but I think once it gets off, I'm going to have a good time, and that's basically for me the goal is to share that experience that I get to have all the time with new people, have fun with my friends, and just come away from it just a great experience. I just want one for the books that it's like, hey guys, we did it. Our goal is not to make cash on this. People are like, oh, you guys are charging $300. You know what? You can talk to a handful of people who are coming from the East Coast that we made some very special accommodations for. We're not doing this to like get rich. We're doing it to make it special. Well, and that's all I hope to accomplish is make a special event for everybody.
Well, I'm already rich, so I don't need the money.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm
a little bit behind them, but we're getting.
Tammy, this is going to be your second big. Well, actually, this will be your third Bigfoot roundup, correct?
No.
What was your first Bigfoot?
No.
I've been to 2 Bigfoot events here in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I've been to Beachfoot. And then I've never gone squatching with a group of people because I don't have anybody locally to go with other than my husband. So this is going to be a first for me. I'm not used to going out with a bunch of people that do tree knocks and hollers and all that.
There's going to be a mix of people. Some people are going to be doing the traditional BFRO stuff, and we're not. When we go squatching, we don't usually concentrate it all in one. We spread out. The squatches, as far as I can tell, I don't know. I could be wrong. I have no idea. They don't seem to just hang out in one spot. They're all over the place. They're not. The kill spot is the novelty spot. We're going to all show it to people and this and that. But when it comes time to squatch, we're going to go where take people to where we've been having the action. And we'll spread out, and there'll be different groups doing different types of things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Tammy, you want to come away from this as your first real Bigfoot squatching expedition? What's your goal?
I want to come away from this having a full frontal from Sasquatch. That's what I want. I don't think that's too much to ask. I want a full frontal.
Here's what I want. Here's what Rictor Riolo wants to come away with from this expedition. One-on-one.
I don't know where this is
going. What are you going to say?
Bart Catino.
Look at that.
That was all too predictable.
I want to see Bart Catino. I want him to show me how. What the hell? Where do you guys live?
Where is that? Hold on. Where is that at? That's not my neighborhood.
Fire truck's outside my window.
Okay.
Good Lord, Ro. Where do you live? In Inglewood? Come on.
Where's Inglewood?
I'm going to add some sound effects. A helicopter.
Stay inside your house.
The ghetto bird is over Rosa Hebe's.
Close your windows. Lock the doors.
Sean's been to my neighborhood.
Gunshots.
Sean's been to my neighborhood. I'm the only dark person in it.
Okay, here's the thing. Back on Bart Catino. I want him to show me his flair, his technique. I know that Bart doesn't like a lot of light. He wants the campfire really, really low and little. He wants and demands silence. He doesn't like the use of infrared. Am I correct, guys?
That's correct, yeah.
He is like the serious real deal. Here I come with a lightsaber and infrared and night vision and da, 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 da. So it's going to be interesting because you're going to have polar opposites, Bart and Rictor, going out.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. My first year was with Bart. I took my my camcorder, which happened to have the infrared light, coming out so I can see in the dark. And I built my homemade infrared light magnifier, with the flashlight. He didn't allow that up there because and I was like pissed. So like, really? I spent like hundreds of dollars on this. I can't use it. So he's really, really strict because he's got his own method, So we gotta work that in somehow. And when you walk around at night, you don't want to walk around with your headlamps on, right? You need that red headlamp. In fact, you walk around with no lights at all. Is that true, Ro?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
you carry that thing in your pocket.
Yeah. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be very dark, very scary because, like I said, no lights or nothing. You don't want the squatches to know you're coming. So it's a very unique experience, and I every time I go up there, it just feels it's just a different feeling, just very primal, fear that comes out of you. So.
The other thing is, guys, is that after going to Beachfoot and being around all of these people that you talk to on Facebook or over the telephone or by email, and we all share the common interest, but to actually hang out with your friends that we've known each other for almost 3 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to get to spend some time FaceTime with all of you, that's going to be a a big bonus to all this also.
Yes, for sure. We get to
Well,
meet a
we're
lot
also-
of our online friends.
We're also
Yeah.
a Bigfoot family. We are,
Right.
all of us.
Yep.
You know? So it's like kind of like a big family reunion for all of us.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You know, just seeing everybody that that I featured on my blog. You know, just it's gonna be amazing.
All right, folks, the event, Bigfoot Nation Expedition Bigfoot Weekend, September 12th to the 14th up in the Sierras. Check out the website, bigfootevidence.blogspot.com and bigfootweekend.com. As Rose said, there's 4 tickets left. You've got 3 weeks to scrimp and save. And, gosh, get your stuff together and go Bigfooting with some of the best and craziest and most fun in the Bigfoot world.